Good morning, students. Today we are going to understand the second example in a different manner. A uniform magnetic field of 3000 Gauss is established along positive z direction. Okay, so in this diagram you can see that z direction, along the z direction the magnetic field is there. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. Okay, a rectangular loop of sides 10 centimeter and 5 centimeter carries the current 12 ampere. What is the torque on each loop? And we want to find out what is the case or which case corresponds to the stable equilibrium and unstable equilibrium also. Okay, so let us go for the first case. This is z-axis, y-axis and x-axis. The current in the coil is moving in the anti-clockwise manner, isn't it? Anti-clockwise manner. Now to understand in a better way, I have chosen here the formula. We are going to consider it as tau is equal to m cross b. So I will write down the basic formula here. Tau is equal to m cross b. What is m? M is the vector, that is a magnetic moment vector, and the direction of the magnetic moment vector we can find out by right hand thumb rule, as previously we have studied. Okay, so m cross b is there. So we are going to find out first of all the direction of m, then direction of b according to the given diagram, and then we are going to find out the torque and where it is acting. Okay, so let us go for the first diagram. You can see that the current is in anti-clockwise manner. This is z-axis, y-axis, and obviously the x-axis is in the outward plane. So in the plane we have plane of the paper, we have z and y-axis. So I have represented here the x, y and z axis, isn't it? Now you can see that this is the z axis, this is the y axis, and this is the x axis. Okay, so that naturally this is the x axis, isn't it? You can see that if this is z, this is y, then this is considered as a x axis. Okay, now you have to understand that here the coil's position is like this. Coil's position is like this. That means the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise manner and the coil's position is like this. So this is the z axis, this is the y axis, and now you can see that the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise manner. Obviously the current, if current is flowing in the anti-clockwise manner, then if I apply the right hand thumb rule, then the curled finger shows the anti-clockwise manner, then the thumb shows the direction of the magnetic moment. Now you can see that the magnetic moment, that is thumb, and the particular direction of that this is nothing but the x-axis. So this thumb and this toothpick, if I consider as a x-axis, then this thumb and toothpick are nothing but the x-axis. So you can see that the magnetic moment is acting along the x-axis. So along the x-axis, which unit vector acts? It is I cap. Okay, so that's what I have written here. Along the x-axis, the I cap shows the direction of the unit vector. Now you can see that this is in this direction. Now magnetic field is in the z direction. So x-axis and z-axis, they are in the perpendicular to each other, isn't it? So x-axis, z-axis, that means magnetic moment and the magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. So now we are going to calculate it, how the particular value is calculated. Okay, so now I can write down here m is, they have given the magnetic moment is considered as I into A. This is the formula we have studied. So this is 12 into 50 into 10 raised to minus 4 area. So area is nothing but the 10 into 5, that is 50 centimeter square converted into meter square. So it is equal to 0.06 ampere meter square. So this is the magnetic moment. Okay, and we have the magnetic field given in the 3000 Gauss. Okay, so again magnetic field is in the Gauss. So I'll write down magnetic field 3000 Gauss is nothing but 3000 into 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla, that is 0.3 Tesla. So you can say here it is nothing but 3000 into 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla, and it is equivalent to 0.3 Tesla. So I can get it now, this one. So I know the value of magnetic moment, that is 0.06. I know the value of the magnetic field, and just now I have shown you how the magnetic moment and the magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. Now we will put the value here. Tau is equal to m cross b. Okay, now as I have shown you that magnetic moment is along the x-axis, so 0.06 I cap, okay, multiplied by 0.3 k cap. Okay, now I want to find out this magnitude and direction also. So I can say here this value comes out to be 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, but still I have not written the direction of the torque. Now you can see that here to define the direction of the torque, we are again going to consider our 11th standard diagram, and which represents here the cross product. If we are going to have I, isn't it, suppose I cross K, here it is I cross K because M cross B, so I cross K, if I find out, then I cross K is negative. Yes, I cross K is negative, K cross I is positive, I cross K is negative. So I got it now here, that here it is I cross K, so the value of torque is minus, and now I know that I cross K is nothing but J. Okay, I cross K is equal to nothing but J cap. So I will write down here J cap. Now you can say that J cap is the direction of the particular y-axis. Along the J cap represents the unit vector along the y-axis, but here it is minus, isn't it? So what I can write down, that the torque acting on the coil is magnitude is 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, Newton meter, acting along, how, tell me, acting along negative y-axis. So in this way we can find out the answer for this question. Now this is the second case. Okay, now in the second case they have given that the particular coil is kept along the z and y axis, y and z axis, and the current is flowing in the again in the anti-clockwise manner, isn't it? So only the position of the coil is changed, but the plane of the coil lies between z and y axis only. Here also the plane of the coil lying between y and z axis only. Okay, so what will happen now? Here we can find out that if it is lying along this direction, then we can have here m is equal to, I can write down direction of m is equal to 0.06 I cap, and B is equal to 0.3 K cap Tesla. Okay, then here once again the same case is there, because this plane is the same plane of the coil, isn't it? And therefore the normal to the coil is nothing but the direction of the magnetic moment lies along the x-axis. Okay, so the same case is considered, only the position of the coil is in the different manner, but the magnetic moment vector is along the x-axis. So once again I can write down here that the torque is equal to M cross B is equal to 0.06 I cap multiplied by 0.3 K cap is nothing but, okay, now 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton meter. Again it is minus J cap only, minus J cap, that is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton meter along negative y-axis. Okay, as it is minus sign. So these are the two cases we have considered. Now we will consider about the third case. Okay, now in the third case you can see that this now the coil is not in the yz plane, the coil is along the zx plane. This is x, okay, zx plane, and we are going to find out the direction of that particular torque and magnitude of the torque. Okay, now for this once again I will consider as a m first of all. Okay, we will find out the value. B is same value, that is equal to 0.3 K cap, because it is the direction of the magnetic field is fixed one. Okay, so 0.3 along z axis K cap Tesla. Okay, and we are going to find out the torque. Now in this case we are going to find out how is the direction of the magnetic moment. Okay, now you can see that suppose this coil, again we are going to consider the direction of the coil in this way, isn't it? Now yes, you can see that this is the they have said that the direction of the current is clockwise. Yes, so direction of the current is clockwise. Then if it is clockwise, you can see that in this diagram you can see that this is the direction of the actually, yes, if I keep it at this place, then the particular coil lies along the x z axis. Okay, and you can see that if the current is flowing in the clockwise manner, current is flowing in the clockwise manner, isn't it, then the thumb shows the direction of the magnetic moment, and you can see that the direction of the magnetic moment is along the thumb and along the toothpick. Now you can see that this toothpick and this is y-axis. So obviously from this place, if I count down, this is negative y-axis. Yes, so it is along the minus y-axis. Okay, so the magnetic moment is along the negative y direction. Magnetic moment is along the negative y direction. Now what happens? I'll write down here once again. M is equal to, value remains, magnitude remains same, so 0.06. But now as it is along the negative y direction, then I will represent it as a minus 0.06 J cap. Okay, ampere meter square. Now it is easy to calculate. Once again, tau is equal to m cross b only. Okay, and this is minus 0.06 J cap into 0.3 K cap. Obviously I'll get the value here, minus 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 2, and we have here J cross K is equal to I. Okay, so if you can see that J cross K is equal to, you can see here J cross K is equal to I. Okay, so J cross K is equal to I, so I'll write down here the direction of that is along the negative x-axis, because this minus sign is there, so it is minus I, that is negative x-axis. So it is considered to be tau is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton meter along negative x-axis. Okay, and now last example is there. In this last case, you can see that this plane of the coil lies in the xy plane, and z is the another axis along which the magnetic field is there. Now here also, in this case, only the current direction is changed. This is the anti-clockwise and this is the clockwise direction. So in the fourth case, we can have here this particular case. If I consider, you can observe that if the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise manner, okay, and this is the axis we are going to represent, isn't it? Now you can see that in this case the current is flowing in this direction, okay, and this z axis is also now considered to be in the same direction. Yes, okay, so the magnetic moment of this particular loop lies in the thumb direction, which is the direction of the z axis also, isn't it? And that's what this particular case is called as a stable equilibrium, because theta is equal to 0. Okay, because M is parallel to B, and therefore this equilibrium is called as a stable equilibrium. Now if I consider in this case, suppose this is the another case, clockwise loop, then what happen again? Suppose we consider as a clockwise, then you can see that this is the direction, isn't it? This is the direction of the current, and the thumb represents in the downward direction. So obviously that is nothing but the opposite to the, because this z axis represents outward axis, and the direction of the magnetic moment is showing in the downward direction. So it is obviously in the opposite direction of z, that is minus z axis. So what happens now? That equilibrium is considered as the unstable equilibrium, because the magnetic moment is anti-parallel to B, because magnetic moment is in the downward direction, and along the z axis magnetic field is there. That magnetic field is in the upward direction. So magnetic field is in the upward direction, magnetic moment in the downward direction. So both are anti-parallel to each other, and therefore the equilibrium is called as an unstable equilibrium. So we will write down here as in the fourth case, as M, vector M is parallel to vector B, it is called as a, and therefore what happens, theta is equal to, and this particular M is parallel to B, therefore it is called as a stable equilibrium. Okay, and in the fifth case, M is anti-parallel to B, and therefore this case is called as a unstable equilibrium. Okay, so whenever you are considering the cases, always try to find out the along which direction x, y, z is given, axes are given. According to that, imagine the coil, and important thing is that to consider the theta, that is M cross B, angle between M and B, the direction of the magnetic moment is very important, and direction of the magnetic moment is given by the right hand rule. If the current is flowing in the loop anti-clockwise manner, then the thumb shows the direction of the magnetic moment, that is in the upward direction. If the current is flowing in the clockwise manner, then the magnetic moment shows the direction of the thumb, which is in the downward direction. So depending on the direction of M and B, you can find out the torque acting on that. And if we have to find out the direction of the torque, we have to find out follow the rules whatever we used for this clockwise and anti-clockwise in case of the unit vectors I, J, K. Okay, so this is very important to understand. Thank you.